Hi everyone, welcome back to Gaming Insurrection Systems. I am Editor-in-Chief Lyndsey Beatty, and in this issue, we are talking about one of my very favorite adventure games. It is it's a classic on the Nintendo 64, where it was the land of Mario clones and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time clones. So this had to make a name for itself, and a lot of people remember it and a lot of people played it, but I don't feel like a lot of people talk about it enough. It was really good. It has some issues, but it was actually really good. It was pretty long. It was in depth. There was a lot of meat to it. You could do a lot of stuff in it. There was a lot of variety. There was some replay value, where if you didn't do everything the first time around, you kind of could go back and start over and do it again. There wasn't a new game plus, which kind of was but overall, love the game, just absolutely love it. So we are talking about Legend of the Mystical Ninja starring Goemon for Nintendo 64. It's a Konami adventure game that has a lot of platforming and adventure and RPG elements to it as well. It's very little RPG, but there's some RPG. You can do a lot of stuff in this, and it is actually really fun. It's got a laugh track to it. It's random hilarity that doesn't even make a lot of sense. You have people who are like, I'm going to call you this. And they're like, wait, what? You called me what? I don't know what you're talking about. And then there's a Japanese laugh track in the background, like it's a sitcom. So yeah, there is that. And then the soundtrack is excellent. It's one of the best soundtracks on the Nintendo 64. So we are going to get started uh, now. So we're gonna start. We're using the controller pack, and um, yeah, I'd already started. So I want to point this out too. There are a couple of things. One, I'd already started, and I'm on my favorite castle that I actually really like. Um, so two, and I try to go around and I talk to everybody. I already know what the story is about. And story wise, right now we are getting ready to go on to the Blue Dragon Koryuto. Um, he's important because he can take you back to different places you've already been. But the key here is that you can switch characters. There are 4 characters that you get. And right now, too, also, I can tell you on screen, I have graphical issues and I'm fixing to have some technical difficulties. So I fixed it. I fixed it, but as you can see, I have Sasuke there, and I'm not supposed to be able to use. I'm not Sasuke right now. I'm Yay, so that's an issue. And you can see the doors. I'm using an emulator, by the way, so there's the doors are messed up. So that's why you see I had to start another. I did another thing here, and it shows correctly that I'm Yay now. So every time you see me here, where I'm kind of moving around to, um, I'm trying to I'm trying to switch characters, which because of the controller that I'm using an actual Nintendo 64 controller with this emulator. I am using an adapter that allows me to use my actual Nintendo 64 controller while using on PC. So it causes it so there's this drifting effect where the character is constantly moving, and so it's super annoying. So you'll see there's quite a few times in here where I am trying to absolutely like swap characters, and you see me walking around a lot but not doing a whole lot of whatever. I'm just walking around. So and it's like, okay, switch characters, switch characters, switch characters. So yeah, knowing that, you'll see there's a lot of that going on. what I love about this is that there you can go in like restaurants and they give you a description of the food in different things. And you can use this food, you buy this food and it will restore your health. As you can see in my item inventory, I already have rice cakes and I have some armor. So yeah, here also too, this is the thing. So you can go to the fortune teller, who in a second you're going to see this. So I did not realize that the fortune teller's head this entire time until probably maybe about 2 years ago. I was doing a playthrough. The fortune teller's head is the blue bag that he has over his head. It isn't. I thought this whole time up until recently that his face and his tongue was like the red loincloth that he has on. So he actually like helps you and he tells you where you need to go. Now, because I kind of used cheat codes here and gave myself all the weapons and a ton of money and stuff, that's why he's going to tell you that you need to enter Odio Castle, because the game still thinks that I need to go get like the chain pipe and the gold chain pipe from that you get from Mount Fuji, and I don't need it. I also love this because I love the music in it, and I love the fact that the guys in the background are like absolutely getting it. They're dancing, and I love it. But yes, that's why that said that, because I'm well past that. And I'm not gonna lie, I was cheating. It was so that I could get to this part because I really wanted to show y'all this castle, because I really love this castle that's coming up. It is my favorite boss in the entire game, and for various reasons. And I actually really enjoy that castle. So that's why I wanted to get to this very specific point in the game. And so I just gave myself a bunch, and I did all of the stuff before. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to do here before I got into that castle, but you have to do a few things before you get there. So also this video is gonna be pretty long, so bear with me. It's like an hour and 47 minutes. So I did a lot of playthrough here. And I don't mind because I like Mystical Ninja. I like talking about Mystical Ninja. I have played the sequel, and we've reviewed the sequel. Actually, I don't know if I take that back. I don't think we've reviewed the sequel. I know we've done the soundtrack. But one day I will do the sequel as well. I will review the sequel that came out here. There have been 3 games in the series that have been released here. This one, the one on Super Nintendo, Legend of the Mystical Ninja, and then this is starring Goemon, and then there's Mystical Ninja. I can't remember the second one. Goemon's Great Adventure. So, and I didn't care for Goemon's Great Adventure as much as I like this one. It's not a terrible game in hindsight. I really very much appreciated starring Goemon way more. I played it way more than anything else. So as you can see, I'm wandering around a little bit. So I'm trying to remember where I'm supposed to be going, and I do figure it out. But it's like, yeah, I don't remember where I'm supposed to go. I think I had to go here. And actually no, it's over here. But I had to think about it. It's been a while since I've done a playthrough. And I didn't go into the Golden Temple. That's also a thing where you need to get your magic. There is a mini game in there that you will be doing to get magic, and it's you see also I'm turning on the map constantly because I'm like, where am I supposed to be going here? But then I realized I needed to go back the way I came in from before. This is connected by double doors. So later on, you do go back in that pond that I was in earlier. This pond, you do come back in here after you do this to get the fortune doll, the silver fortune doll. You do come back in here, and there's a Kappa that's in this pool who gives you a miracle item. that you need in order to go to outer space and face the Peach Mountain Shoguns, um, to, like win here and save your girlfriend who also got sucked into outer space with the island of uh Honshu, I think. I think it's or it might have been Hokkaido. I can't remember which island gets sucked into outer space, fooling with the Peach Mountain Shoguns. But this is super also too, there's a thing to note that this, that's why you see, okay, here you see me like trying to move around. I'm moving around constantly and I'm trying to change characters and I finally achieve it. Yeah. So you got to fight this fool named Beneki. Beneki, um, he like won't let you go through. He's like, you coward. I actually do not pass this on the first try when I come back and fight him. But there's a thing first. You got to go talk to his mentor, and his mentor gives you he gives you a quest real quick. You do that, then he agrees to give you this thing to help you, and then you're like, oh, okay, all right. So then I got to fight Beneki, and yeah, I don't pass it on the first try. But then like easily pass it on the second try, which didn't make any sense, but whatever. So anyway, as I'm getting ready to start this quest, it's an interesting game and I really enjoy it. It's fun, and one of the key trivia things about this is that it is geographically correct. It is a geographically accurate map of Japan. Now the plot of this is that it's set in an alternate universe where pre-Edo, it's Edo, it's pre-Tokyo, because Edo was the name of Tokyo before like 1868 or something like that. It was I also realized I cannot jump up there. Maybe I could, but I think I can't jump up there. I probably could fly up there if I were Sasuke and I had his powers just yet. I have Sasuke, but I don't have his powers just yet. His magic powers. So anyway, it is set in an alternate universe where they have like machines and mechanical stuff and like giant robots, but it's also pre-Tokyo. So yeah, that's kind of strange. But it's really cool. So this is the guy, you gotta like talk to him. Um, this guy's so Ushiwaka is super narcissistic and obnoxious. And I'm like, really, dude? I don't really care about your little quests. And I'm like, yeah, all right. So he's like, I will do you a favor. He was like, you do me a favor and I will help you. And I'm like, fine, whatever, because I have to do this. Otherwise, you cannot, like, progress here. And I'm like, wait a minute, bro. I gotta go catch you fish. You lazy son bitch. Like, I dislike him so much in this game. So, whenever I have to do this quest, the quest is not hard. I mean, you're just literally, like, running around catching fish of a certain color. In a very specific order that he tells you. Like, I have to catch blue fish right now. So ignore all the other color fish. And yes, they do like run away from you, which makes this 10 times harder than it needs to be. And then of course, when you need to get a specific color, then none of the fish of the color that you need are like around. And it's like, really? This is super annoying. I have played through this numerous times, so yes, I kind of sort of know certain things. Like I'll get to a section and I'll remember, oh yeah, this is how I do this. And I remember how to do certain things. So, yeah, so while I'm catching these fish, let me get you a little caught up on some of the mechanics. So, mechanics wise, you have your 4 characters. You have Goemon, Ibisumaru, Yae, and Sasuke. And Sasuke was an enemy in the first game that you had to fight. Maybe one day I'll play through that too, because I really actually like that game on Super Nintendo. and it's fun. I like the adventure aspect of this one. That one was more of like a side scroller, I felt like. So, um, anyway, so you're trying to stop the Peach Mountain shoguns who have come in and transformed the castle, Odio Castle, which is in Tokyo, and Edo. So they've like transformed the castle, and they're intending to take over the world with their Peach Mountain Shogun foolishness. And so you have to go to a couple of locations. You travel throughout Japan, actually. And you go to a bunch of locations, fight a bunch of their bosses that they've set in place. And then finally you go in outer space and fight them in a giant robot battle. And you also fight them in the castle. In their gorgeous castle. So along the way, you collect allies. That's why you have 4 characters. And you meet different characters who agree to help you. And so it's a really good game. It has a lot of charm. It's very heavily aping uh, um, Ocarina of Time and Mario 64. Really, I feel like it's very Mario 64 ish. Um, I feel like it's very Mario 64 ish, more so than Zelda, but it has a lot in common with Zelda too. But it felt more Mario like to me, Mario 64. And the crazy thing is, I can play this, but I cannot play Mario 64 for very long. Um, I can play this for hours and be fine. Um, but Mario 64, I get like motion sickness from it, which is weird. I think because this came a little bit later in the life cycle. This came out in '98, so by that point they kind of had a handle on like the graphics and how things worked, as opposed to Mario 64, which was a launch title for us in America. So yeah, I think that's why it's easier for me to play this, because this came a little bit later. But the way I got started playing this, I had heard of Mystical Ninja. um, I was in the 11th grade when this came out. And so 11th, I think, yeah, my 11th grade year. And I had a Nintendo 64. And so a couple months after it came out, I remember going into Blockbuster, which I'm showing my age here because like I say, 1998. I went into I went into Blockbuster and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to rent some games." And so I was like, I rented this and I was like, I saw this on the shelf and I was like, oh, word? What is this about? This looks interesting. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to rent this and I'm going to try it and see. And so I did. I rented it and I got it home, put it in, started playing. And I was like, this game kind of fun. Oh, and it's like geographically accurate and of Japan and a place I would love to be able to go one day. Oh, okay. So I absolutely fell in love with it, and I rented it a couple more times, and then finally, I got enough money together. I saved up my money with my little job that I had at the time, and I bought it, and it was awesome. And I've been playing it ever since. I have my actual copy of it in my game collection, with the rest of my other cartridges, for my Nintendo 64. I still have it. Um, I think I wound up buying it from Walmart, because Walmart used to rent games also. I'm also showing my age here. They used to rent games and movies, and their little shop off to the side. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go over here and see if they have it for sale. And they did. So now I am finished with doing my tasks for Ushiwaka. This is so dumb. You get the Achilles heel, which is it. This is not what that really is. It's not the Achilles heel. Like, it's so stupid. So the Achilles heel is not really an Achilles heel. Like, it's dumb. Um, that's not what the Achilles heel is. And they start telling you this little story or whatever, and you're like, that's not what that is. Stop it. So, yeah. So, yeah, I was trying to change characters in the water and I decided not to. I was like, I don't really need to do that. So, now I'm gonna go fight this dude. We're gonna lose. It was weird. We're gonna lose. At least once. Um, he's like, if you want to cross this bridge, ugh. Like, God, he's somebody I can see it in your eyes. If you want to fight, he's like, I will blast you far, far away. He says, well, it's a fight with Beneke. Look for the instant Beneke reaches the ground, and then you have to from his jump, you have to throw the Achilles heel at him 3 times. It's so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. So the first couple of throws, you can do it, and you'll get him. But then he like blocks it, which is obnoxious. And I'm like, why? So, okay, this is where I start messing up. Because, see, he's blocking it. Now he's, like, chopping my block. And I'm like, what? Bro, how you got time to do all that? There's no way you should be able to do that. You jerk. That should have been a clean hit. That one time should have definitely been a clean hit. Notice he's, like, breaking all my blocks. And I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? This is so obnoxious. Oh, and no matter how fast I'm doing it, he's like able to stop it almost immediately. So yeah, I lose here. He's like, you fool. That's what you get for taking me lightly. Like I ain't just gonna climb this thing again and jump back up here. Oh, I will not lose this time. I actually will not lose this time. I actually lost a life too because he like whacked me. I don't remember how I managed to do this the 3rd time. Which doesn't make any sense. Okay, so you must have to do it like super fast. I think what happens here is the Achilles. Right, he says there's something fishy about that story. Right, that's not how that. It was actually dealing with Achilles, who was like Roman, and if not Roman, if not Greek, I think Greek. But it wasn't in Japan. I can tell you that. I know that. And that's when you get Sasuke, which is why I said earlier too. He's like, "What is this?" And he's like, "It's our friend Sasuke." Um, and you have to go get the rest of the batteries for him. He's unusable right now until you get the batteries. And he's like, "It fell out of the sky," and I was like, "Okay, all right, bro." Yes, we blew up. Okay, so Wise Man's house blew up. Wise Man was like, bro, they blew up my house and they blew up my girl magazines. And I'm like, what? He had like girl magazines. He had like naked magazines. And I'm like, what? So this area is kind of important, even though it's kind of empty. There's not really people in here. You go to the Yamato Shrine, which I did. Eventually, I did go to the Yamato Shrine. I'm going to come back because I want to go to Yamato Turtle first. And then I will go to Yamato Shrine. I love the design and the building architecture in this. Like, I was obsessed with this building architecture for a long time because... Yeah, and it says it's closed to magical powers. Because you have to go to Yamato Turtle first. That's why it's doing that. You have to go to Yamato Turtle, and then you go and you push the Yamato Turtle stone, and you unlock it. And you'll see me do that. I'm gonna do that real quick. Because I need to push Yamato Turtle stone anyway to kind of do what I want to do. I love the music in here. It's very nice. I had what I call the Mystical Ninja mix back in the day. I was probably 18, 19. And we got into the sound test and it was like, hey, you know what? If we mix these 2 tracks together, these 3 tracks together, this is actually kind of cool. So, yeah. I played a lot of Mystical Ninja. So if you push one of the little signs around are telling you, giving you like clues as to what happens. I really don't need money because I have a code on that gives me unlimited money. Um, I have like full money, but that code, the little signs tell you what to do. So the power of the east, the magical red gate shall take you to a new land far away. Right. Okay. So that's where I actually need to go. But um, see, power of the north, the key to the closed out Yamato shrine is, and that's why you want to push this rock to go do that one. And then the west, I think that's the west. That was for you get like a bunch of money. And then the other one is you get a silver fortune doll. And then it transports you back here. So I came in here. I didn't really want to come in here, but I came in here anyway. Okay, in the original version of this, I can do stuff in the Yamato Shrine. There's stuff in here. It's just I didn't really feel like doing anything. I don't think there's a boss in here or anything. But there's a lot of platforming in here, and yeah, the trying to play this right now and not on an actual Nintendo 64 is kind of aggravating. And so I you'll notice I'll like go to attempt to jump and I don't make it and I fall all the way back down and I'm like, yep, nope, not doing this right now. So I didn't feel like doing this, and it's really not important to what I need to do right now. It's really not. I'm not gonna make this jump. See, so I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm out. And see, there's a silver fortune doll over here. That's what I noticed when I fell down there. I forgot about it, but yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm not. I don't feel like it, so I'm not gonna do it. Um, so um, yeah, I didn't feel like it. But yeah, I actually so I went back to Yamato Turtle, and that's why I was like, man, I'll just go back to Yamato Turtle and do what I came in here to actually do. Um, it's actually kind of cool. Um, so I I enjoy Mystical Ninja a lot. I'm trying to think, did I read all the signs for you guys? Yeah, I did that. I did that one. Um, oh, the lucky cat. Okay, yeah. So this is if you do this, you get the cat. You get the silver fortune doll. I mean, they pretty much like hand you all of the silver fortune dolls here. And the silver fortune dolls, as you saw the description, the silver fortune dolls, if you collect them, they increase your strength gauge. Well, I also cheated and gave myself the thing, and see it says with 3 more, your strength gauge will increase by 1. So that's how I got all those hearts down there. But I actually like cheated and gave myself the hearts, all a full life meter, so that I don't have to worry about that. Also, I don't take damage except from like environmental things. Um, and so I did the one where it's gonna take me to Awaji Island. Awaji Island. So, which is where I kind of need to be anyway. I actually really need to be there. Um, you actually finally get to see me kill some enemies. I also gave myself all of the weapons that you can get for each character. The little barking dogs are adorable. There's also a silver fortune doll out there too. Um, Now some of the weapons, I'm going to explain some of the weapons in a minute, because they are important. Some of them are super important and for each character. And so right now I'm using the level 3 upgraded gold weapon for this for Goemon. Um and so you come in here and you like get transported. It's a tourist center. And she's like explaining to you that yeah, you can get up on the dragon, but the dragon, yeah, and you like, yeah, cool, I'll help. And it's helpful because you need him. Um And so we're going to get into this. And see, that's what I say. This is like an alternate universe because this isn't even like in real life thing. So this dragon is like flying around and he's really actually like kidnapped these kids who are from Folky Poke Village, which we'll go to Folky Poke Village. We probably really should have gone to Folky Poke before now, but I was like, yeah, I already know what's happening here. So yeah, they like tell you in Folky Poke Village, oh yeah, the kids were kidnapped and you need to go save them. Please save them. So you're really supposed to go there before you go to the lady and she transports you in the thing. But so now I was being very careful in doing this. Okay, so and you're gonna see why, because I'm gonna die at least once. It's gonna take me a minute to do this, but see the dude way, it's a spinning top thing way at the top of the dragon. Okay, so I'm gonna have to fight that boss. It's control something. But this is super annoying because this dragon is like winding around while he's flying. Okay. And when you fight the boss, also the music in this section is part of my Mystical Ninja mix thing. So it starts out with Yamato Turtle and then this music, and then it switches back to Yamato Turtle. Anyway, so you're going to fight this dude, and so I'm trying to go slow, take the enemies as they come, knock them out, and then we're fine, right? Okay. So he's like controlling the dragon. He's control machine. Yeah, Baron is like, I think it's Baron that's controlling him. He's using the control machine. Yeah, he says, we kidnap kids with dancing talents using this dragon. I, the mighty Cologne. I'm sorry, it's Cologne. Peach Mountain guys. Yeah, he's one of the Peach Mountain guys. Um, Bro, we know about you at this point. He's somebody, he must be the annoying clowns Baron was talking about. Annoying clowns. He's, I'm going to beat you all up. Control machine. Go get him. So yeah, you got to fight the control machine. So this is the problem. When you're trying to fight control machine, he can like knock you off the thing, which is super annoying. That's why I didn't want to be, I fell off, which is super, and then I fell off. So now I got to start all the way back at the back of the dragon again and do this again. So I learned my lesson. That's why I say it's going to take a minute. I learned my lesson because I was like, screw it. We're going to stand back and wait for him to stop spinning because he's invincible while he's spinning. But then when he stops spinning, you can get a couple of hits in. So instead of being right on top of him, because the game thinks that I should be taking mass damage by being up there, and because I was not, making me fall off makes me die, because you die. So I was like, you know what, screw it. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand back and fight this dude. Once we like activate him, we activate the boss battle again. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't want to have to fall. I have fallen off this dragon enough times that I remembered that after I did it again. And I was like, all right. So yeah, I know how all the bosses work. Also, thanks to, I do want to take this minute to shout out a very, very, very good Mystical Ninja fact on GameFAQs, done by I think Marshmallow. His is the top fact on GameFAQs for this. That's why you notice that I'm standing back, right? And then I like run up there, and I was trying to use Throw Rio because I don't need to I have no need for money. So I can waste money all day long. But it's going to take a couple of hits. And I was trying, but notice they really want you to get close up on him. And I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a no. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I want to take the time to shout out that fact because it was very good and it helped me when I did my actual final, my first playthrough and like I finished it. Yeah, notice I ran back, right? So, um, it was, I did I really used that fact a lot, and it helped with getting all the Silver Fortune dolls on my first time through. Stuff that I maybe missed, I went back and was able to find it. That guy hasn't written facts in a long time, but that fact is fantastic. He's written some other really good ones too. For Mario RPG, Super Mario RPG. So yeah, he's prolific, and he's very good. Just haven't had to use it, but yay, I beat the boss. So now we're like, ooh, dragon just fell. I actually don't mind the dragon; it's kind of cool. And so the messed up part is like we land at Compira Mountain, and the dragon like is actually a dude, and he lands kind of hard, face first, and you're like, bro, are you alive? Are you alive though, guy? Um, and he's like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool. Just don't tell your mama. And he's like, Corey Youth is like, what's going on? I just fell out of the sky. And he's like, yeah, I was the dragon. Yeah, it was me. Corey Utah. So, Corey Utah. So yes, the dragon who becomes an ally and he helps you. Um, he's the son of the dragon god. So he's helpful because now if you he gives you this flute, and so um he was like, I don't know if I can recover from this, and I'm like, that's a Joe, that's a Tiger Joe, Joe Tiger. I don't know if I can financially recover from this. But yeah, that was yeah. This is like 25 years later, but yeah. But yeah, so he um he becomes an ally, and so you can summon him with this flute that you're fixing to get. You go over to the hot springs and you get the kids because that's where you got to go to Dogo Hot Springs. And that's what he says, just west at EO, the Dogo Hot Springs, and the hot springs are helpful too because it restores your health. And so you go and um yeah, and he's like, here, I'll give you this flute so then you can summon me. And you're like, bro, don't nobody in here know how to. And she's like, actually, I do know how to play a flute. So the thing about the flute is, and he'll tell you this in a second, you can't do it indoors. Right, and it will take you to town, village, coffee shop, or castle you've been to. Um, right. He's like, I don't know how to play the flute. And she's like, hey, check this out, I do. And he do too. Right. Because Ibisumaru's weird. That's why. So you get quarter Utah's flute. Right. Notice that they spelled it with two L's. They spelled council with two L. Council has one L. Editor and me was like, that's one L. Right, yeah. He's like, he can't hear the flute, so he can't come pick you up. So you have to be outside though. So that way you don't have to do all that backtracking, and yeah, it's kind of yeah. That's super helpful. I'm not even gonna lie, he's so helpful when it comes to that. So I'm gonna go up here and compare a mountain because technically, like I say, if I hadn't already given myself stuff, this would be super. You need it to go in here. You need what you're coming up here to go to. Um, but I've already kind of given myself, and it'll tell you that I gave myself the thing. Um, I also still get health and stuff when I get hit. So anyway, so each of the weapons too, and this is important because we're gonna get another weapon. That's why this is important. I wanted to go up here anyway. Though the game tells you that you've already done it. Because I already have it. It's checking a flag that I already have it. So, yeah. So what happens is each character gets 3 weapons. And I was talking about this earlier. Each character gets 3 weapons. And then the first is your basic level weapon. Then you have a second weapon. And then you have the upgraded version of that second weapon. Now, he has the chain pipe. He has the regular chain pipe. Then he has the golden. He's got the star block chain pipe. So really, he has 4 weapons. It's kind of, he's got 4 weapons. So I'll come back to this coffee shop here. But I wanted to go to this little store thing first. I wanted to go to the store. And talk to the talk. Actually, you go up to the 4th thing, but I wanted to come in here first. And then go back to that coffee shop thing. So anyway, you have 4 weapons. So he's got 4. Everybody else really has 3. So Goemon's got his regular chain pipe. He's got the regular pipe that he uses. Then he's got like the star block chain pipe that he can like jump from block to block. And you'll see me use that later in the castle when I get to the castle. And then he's got the gold pipe that is like the upgraded regular than the one. And then he's got where he can throw Ryu. And so Rio. So his money, the money that you collect. So I'm going to go, this is the Compira Shrine. So I'm going to go into I think I decided to go in. Yes, I did. I decided to go into the side stuff and talk to people first. So that you guys can see what this is about. So, and so I noted too, and that's why I walked over here. Some of the items in here are related to, Animal Crossing. And so, you can get some of these items that you see in these people's houses in Animal Crossing, which is a very Japanese-centric game because it's made by Japanese developers. So, but I noted that years after the fact that you can get a lot of these items, home items, in Animal Crossing. And so you talk to this guy, and he's like, it's not Campari. I don't know what Campari is, but it's Compira. Right. You will receive help from God, which is a whole thing. So in New Year's, you can in Japan, a lot of people on New Year's Day go to the shrine and make offerings for the year. Um, they'll go to a temple shrine and make offerings. So you'll notice I'm putting money in here, and then they're gonna pop up and be like, "But you already had this." God of money, yes, I have hereby received your medal of justice. And he's like, "But yeah, you already got it." He's like, "I'm not giving you anything else." Right. That's because I already had the flaming Rio attack, which you'll see. I do have it. So, because I gave myself all of the weapons. And see, that's what this is. That's why I threw a fireball. That's what that was. So he's like, "No, I'm not giving you nothing else. You be all right." It's hilarious. But yeah, but I wanted to show you guys that's how you get that attack. I very seldom use it, but you need to use it for certain things. So they kind of, and I like how that's one of the things I really like about this. They give you get weapons and things, and they want you to use it and problem solve. And so it's a lot of problem solving. And I like that about Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon. I really like that about the game. It's problem solving. It makes you think. So yeah, you might come back and do these puzzles again, and you already know how to do it at that point. Um, but I like the fact that he's like, "I'm never going up or down these stairs again." I understand, guy. Um, He said he ain't going back down there either. And she's like, how about some of our stamina dumplings? They actually restore your health. And I'm like, okay. So that clay furnace back in the back that's got the two things, the archways that I'm going over to right now, that's an actual item. That's a clay furnace. You can get that in Animal Crossing. That's how I know what it is. Because I have one in my house on the island in New Horizons. And I have it so that it warms up my house. You can cook with it, I think, in New Horizons. So anyway, yeah, I don't have a need for health, so that's why I didn't get any the dumplings. I don't take damage. Even though the armor that I have in my inventory still records damage and all being taken. That's why you see the hit counter went down. It was 5 and now it's 4. Yeah, I don't take damage, so it doesn't really matter. So we're done here. And now we're gonna go over to the hot springs. So that we can see, this is in Poke Village. And this is where they talk about the kids that are missing. Because we haven't done what we need to do to get the kids. There's a fortune teller thing. He's gonna tell you that we still need to do that. We need to go to Odio, so that's why I didn't go in there. I don't think. I think I wound up not going in there. So he tells you about the shrine part at the top, which we've already done. I like Poke Village. It's a farming village. So I walk around in here a little bit, show you guys a little bit about it. Before because I split this up in parts. I did this kind of in parts. So I didn't want to, because I had something to do while I was trying to record this, and so I didn't want to do all parts. But these are like the people's houses, and you go talk to people, and you can go to stores. Also talk to the dogs, because the dogs do talk, and they do give you like information. It's weird. Like my thing is kind of weird. And so the dog's like giving you information and telling you, hey, you need to go over to the hot springs. That's like the third time they've mentioned it. So you see, I can buy armor in here, and I think I don't buy any armor. But I wanted to briefly show the little shop. And then this is I think this is an inn where you can save. No, this is the tourist center, and I don't want to come in here. Not really. He was like, I don't want to get on airplanes. So see, they have airplanes, but it's you're being teleported basically. So, um, yeah, but that's like the tourist center, and all of these signs like tell you exactly what it is. But of course, I can't read kanji, so I cannot read kanji, so I don't know what any of that says. But okay. But I know this is where you save. And so we're gonna save it here, and then I'm gonna pick it up again. Um but you come to the inn, and you can spend the night or do Adventure Diary. And Adventure Diary is where you save. The inn is where you if you spend the night, you can restore your health. So if you have a controller pack, this is why you need a controller pack. So all right, we picked it up again. And now we're gonna go do stuff. This is the restaurant, I think. Oh no, you can buy like the general store. Okay, so yes, so the plain rice balls they restore your health. The plum rice balls. I'm sorry, I have a rice ball. I said a rice cake earlier, but it's a rice ball. The surprise pack though are cool because the surprise packs are 1-ups in this game. They're 1-ups. So you can add extra lives. It's one of the few stores where you can buy a extra life. So that's why that's important. Um, and we're in the right spot. This is where we need to be. Tosa. All right. So now for the thing, it's all like, hey, if you want to do, um, you want to do, in order to get into the hot springs, you have to do this mini game where you can shrink, and that's why you go to the Golden Temple in thing. But I was like, I don't want to go through all that, so I gave myself, and that's also one of the things I did too. Everybody also has magic powers. They have like a specific magic power. Goemon's is like strength, and so he like turns he does a whole Goku like Super Saiyan. He goes Super Saiyan and changes his hair, and he looks like Goku from Dragon Ball Z. So he which is kind of cool. So then Abisamaru's is shrinking because you have to go to the Golden Temple and you do the shrinking mini game, which I do not do in here because I already have the power. You do the shrinking mini game and you get the power to shrink down so that you can fit into small spaces and things. And so there's that. And then Yay has mermaid power, and I can't remember how she gets mermaid power, but she has mermaid power, which is kind of cool. Um, and it allows you to dive underwater, which is going to be important to get one of these um, fortune dolls. So here, this is a technique because you do it in Mario, where, and that's why I say it's got a lot more in common with Mario. I feel like, um, but like the weapons, switching weapons and things, I fell down. Okay, so and then I was like, I'll just go over here and do this myself and try to get this fortune doll, but you can't. The whole point is that you're supposed to cross the bridge and fall in the right spot and get the fortune doll, right? So dummy me, I kept going back in there and trying to do it, and then the fish came out here, the koi fish came out here and kept trying to kill me. So I'm like, man, whatever. So I'm leaving. Um, so I do come back and I get the fortune doll later. Um, so what happens is you get these powers and things for your characters. You get yays later. You get the mermaid power later, and then you get Sasuke's power, which is jetpack, and you fly. So um, yeah, it's actually kind of cool. Um, and then for the other weapons, I think Abisumaru, we're gonna get a weapon for Abisumaru in here. But I have all of the weapons for everybody too, except for Sasuke. I just didn't put the code in to give him his because I didn't have him. So right then, well, I take the back. I did have him, but the game didn't think I had him. So, um, but I gave everybody their their weapons so that if I have the character, they have all their weapons immediately. So it's gonna take me a minute to cross this bridge because I really just don't want to go back down there and do this again. So yeah, yeah, I want Homeboy to like come over here and fight me so I can kill him before we try to cross this bridge. This is why I say this has a lot in common with Mario. This part has a lot in common with Mario 64 because you have to tiptoe a lot in Mario 64 past the sleeping piranha plants. In one of the very first levels of Mario 64. Um, it's actually kind of cool. So now the switching of weapons, that's a very Zelda type thing. So yes, that part does come from Zelda. But yeah, here I just didn't feel like doing the thing right at that moment, and so I really needed to just get across. So I was like, I'll just come back and do the Silver Fortune doll. It's not like I need them, And I'm not doing this to do the 100% playthrough, because you can use a code to unlock what it is that you get with the Silver Fortune dolls anyway. So you unlock the boss rush mode, but you can put a code in that unlocks the boss rush mode if you're using a Game Shark. So it kind of negates needing to do all that. And by giving myself all of the heart containers here, which is very Zelda-like too. Also, that is very Zelda-like. I was like, please let me make this jump, because I don't want to have to make it again. Um, I don't want to fall down there and then I got to do that all over again. Um, but giving myself the heart containers and all, that negates having to do that too. So this is how you know you're on the right spot, because you're in EO. Um, but yeah, I'm like, bro, I just want to go to the spa. I'm like, I just want to go to the spa. But we're getting to where we need to be, which is the castle. This is important because we're going to make it to what's called the Festival Temple Castle. Um, and it's my favorite castle. I like the music in it. I like the concepts of it. I like the boss. The boss is my absolute favorite boss. I absolutely love fighting this boss. Turn left here to go to the Dogo Hot Springs. Okay, so um, if you turn right is when you go. There's something over there. I can't remember what's over there, but I don't think I needed to go over there. But I'm fighting these dogs, these barking dog floating head thingies. Oh, it's like it's a coffee shop up here. So this is important because, like, say you come in here and you're like, I don't want to do this right at this moment. You go in this coffee shop and you talk to people. Um, they it registers. Remember, he said he can come bring you back just in case. Like, say you get here and you're like, oh, maybe I don't want to go in there, but you get over here and you realize you don't have the shrinking power that you need. Well, you can just get dude to like do it for you. You can go get it and then come back and get it and see the dwarf in Zazentown. Yeah, so that's why you have to go in there and do it. And she's like, I'm like, well, okay, maybe I'll do it. And she's like, nope, your strength gauge is already full. So, but see, if I wanted to go over to Zazentown, I could call the dragon, have him whisk me back over there, get the shrinking power, and then come back because I visited that coffee shop. That's why that's important. That's why getting that dragon and setting that up is super important. Um, I mean, you kind of don't really need to like get him, I guess. But see, notice I already did it because I already had the power. So then I came back in here, but then I want to like get myself back together, and he won't stop moving, so I can't. As long as the character is moving around, you can't really unshrink him. So kind of gonna use him a little bit because I haven't been using him. His weapon is a mallet. Okay, and so I love that he just like skips around. That is so hilarious to me. He just skips, which is cool. Um, but see, notice I'm trying to like shrink down. He did not want to like shrink sometimes. He didn't want to shrink and then shrink back. And then trying to get Ye into her mermaid power was super obnoxious. And I'm like, can you just do what I need you to do, guy? Um, and so yeah, it's kind of. But I remember there was stuff in here to get stuff to get that silver fortune doll. So you can get golden fortune dolls also. There are golden fortune ones to collect. And so those like increase your powers by like they increase your thing by like your strength gauge by 2, I think, instead of 1. I kept trying to go over there and get over into that section and I couldn't. It wouldn't let me get up there. Maybe if I was Sasuke maybe. Cuz then I could like jetpack over to it. But yeah, I don't really care right at this moment. It's not important. Um but then you come in here. So this is how you're going to get into the castle. They really want you to get into this castle. It's kind of goofy, but it works. But I like using Abisumaru sometimes. But see here, I really need, oh boy. So I also played around with the camera. Um, Ow, I got hit. So I was trying to use the camera, to turn the camera around. This is, and I want to get into this. This is one of the flaws I dislike about this game. The camera is atrocious sometimes. It is so unnecessarily difficult to control. It will make things way more difficult. So you see me trying to play around with this camera. That's why I'm like, you see me moving and trying to like straighten it up. And then I finally kind of sort of got it straightened up because I remembered how to do it. And then it wouldn't like turn back the way I needed it to. It was just, it centers on your character. So that's, yeah, it was super annoying. And I kind of wanted the camera to turn around, so to get around behind me, I needed it behind me to be able to see. So yeah, this was so annoying. So that's why you kind of see me doing weird stuff with the camera here. Um, because it was being annoying. And not being helpful at all. It just really was not being helpful at all. So, yeah. So finally I got it working, and then because what I didn't want to do was have to go back and do all these jumps again. Now, in the defense of the chain pipe, once you are somewhere in the vicinity of that chain pipe, it's gonna lock on, and that was super helpful. And I was like, yay, because now I don't have to really. As long as I kind of got my jumps together, I'm okay. So here we are. Festival Temple is the Peach Mountain Shogun's Ghost Toys Castle. I'm sorry, I kept saying Festival Temple Castle. It's really Ghost Toys. Festival Temple Castle is the next one. And it is one of the most aggravating castles I have ever done in my whole life. There's a section at the end of Festival Temple Castle that really makes it not fun. It's hard. This is where the Flaming Rio is going to come into to play too. Um, I'm also additionally not supposed to be able to see these monsters or hurt them. But yeah. So this is where this because you're gonna light this up. And notice it's in the shape of Darmio. Um I'm not supposed to be able to like do anything with these ghosts right now. Ibisumaru is super helpful in this castle. He is kind of necessary and required for this castle. So this is important. The You have to turn on the power to the crane game, which is important because you're going to get that thing in the crane game. Um, which when we get to this later on in this castle, I actually do it on the first try, which is super awesome. That's just how many times I've done it. I've managed to get it. But anyway, so I learned to just run through this. Just try to jump through it as best as I can. Take as little hits as possible. Just try as I might to get through here unscathed. We don't, but just try. Note that it's an environmental hazard, and so I took a little damage from that. Um, I don't even know if I get the fortune doll that's in here at the end of this room. I think I just skipped it because it was like, bro, I don't really need it, and it's annoying me. So I'm like, I don't really care. Um, but now this is normal colored water. It is not bothering me, but the miasma water, as we like to call it, miasma water is gonna mess me up. So it's kind of the platforming is a little obnoxious here, and I'm gonna get knocked off, and I'm gonna fall off several times. I don't think I come back in here and do this again because I was like, bro, I don't really care enough about this to try this. It is not important enough for me to do this. It's really not. I don't need the fortune doll anyway, so. But making jumps in this castle is gonna be a pain a couple of times. I think I keep missing, and I'm not angled correctly, which is why this is a problem. And then I got knocked off. Yeah, I was like, okay, screw it. Pretty sure I stopped trying to do this. And I was just like, bro, I'm not doing this again. Um, so anyway, and there's a lot of rooms that are like this in here. I think I tried this one more time and I was like, screw it. Because I still didn't get it. But I got up here and then still didn't make the jump. And I was like, screw it. I am not doing this again. Oh no, I actually tried it again. Why did I keep trying to do this? Why did I keep trying to do this? This was super annoying. Oh, okay, yeah, now it was just like, screw it, I don't care. I do need to get old boy in the center of the room though, so that's kind of important. And the camera took forever to catch up with me. So I missed the timing for that. And it was like, really? That's super annoying. I like the kabuki heads though. That's kind of cool. Yeah. And then I fell in the water. I was like, I need him. He's kind of important. And they're gonna tell you what he's for. Um, I could have swam over there. I really could have. I just decided not to. And no, you can't jump up. You would think you could, but no, you can't. You really can't jump up there. That's kind of annoying. But this camera is just garbage because by the time the camera catches up, you kind of got to make a leap of faith there. That's super annoying also. Yeah, the camera is quite possibly the worst thing about this game. Everything else is cool, but the camera is trash. And it makes the experience a little bit harder than it really needs to be. Yeah, it's kind of harder than it needs to be. Yeah, I was really trying not to get hit by that. Yeah, I realized there was a hole there, and I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't do that. All right, I got Mr. Elephant. Now you have access to the map showing the inside of this castle. Okay, that's important because you need to be able to see the map. So now we're going to go over here. We're going to swim. And we're going to go over here to the next door. There's a couple of doors in and out of this castle. I like the music in this section too. I actually really like this little section. It helps. So they're giving you a clue as to what the boss is here too, because the boss looks like these little things that you're hitting. So you got to go over here and get the key. You got to beat all of these dudes first, then get the key that appears, and then take that little peach thing, um, and put it in this big giant thing up here, and it gives you a bunch of money and health, and so that's super helpful. Um, I like I say, I like the little puzzles. I was very pleased with the puzzles. Very pleased with the concepts of this. Um, it blooms wealth and health. Yeah, buddy, I appreciate all this. I don't need it, but appreciate it. So, all right, that was nice. That was helpful. So that when you're in this room and you didn't took a lot of damage, that helps. Um, so now we got this key. We've opened up this door. We're in the next section. This is a little bit easier in and out of the water. They're like gaita sandals. I think of them as gaita sandals, but they're not gaita sandals. They're just like wooden block platform things. Now, conceivably, you could come in and out of this room, and I do this a couple of times to replenish my coins, and then there's one that has health in it. So they like giving you plenty of chances to like help yourself here. You just got to pay attention and do it. So this section is gonna take a minute. And I cheated because I have Ye's whatchamacallit powers already. I have her mermaid powers, even though she's not supposed to have it. So there's a little cage down there. I'm gonna cheat when I come back through here and do it do what I need to do with Ye to get down in there. And that's gonna be a pain in the ass because the camera did not want to help me and the controls were kind of terrible for that. So um it yeah, it was kind of obnoxious, but it was helpful. So this gives you the health, and this is what I was saying. They give you plenty of chances to get yourself some health and replenish your health. All you gotta do is keep coming in and out this room. So if say you mess up and don't get what you need. So see, now we're on the other side where you gotta turn on the power for the crane game and you get these things. So I got the key and a silver fortune doll. And then I have to turn on the power. Okay. So that's important. Because you kind of need that. You need that crane game on so that you can get the thing that's in there, which we're going to talk about when we get back there. To turn that thing on to get it. And then that helps with the final boss. And some enemies in a room in here that you absolutely have to do. Because you could conceivably get to that room and be like, oh no, how do I do this? I don't have the weapon I'm supposed to have. And then have to backtrack. So yeah. It's kind of, yeah. So note that here's another instance. I am trying to switch characters, but he won't stop walking. And I'm like, sir, can you stop walking? Because I really need you to stop moving so I can switch characters. Because it will not let you switch characters so long as you're moving around. And I'm like, can you please stop? I just really need to switch characters. I think once I get over there, it lets me do it. But it's super annoying. I don't have this problem when I am. See, it finally let me do it. But I don't have this problem when I am playing on a real 64. So we're gonna go around there, and now I'm at the cage. So that's where I need to be, and now I need to be able to turn into mermaid, but she won't stop moving. All right, so now she's mermaid. She's got mermaid diving power. I had to remember how to use it because I haven't done it in so long. That I forgot how to do it. But and you would think this would be like super straightforward and easy. No, it literally would not let me do it. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Let me do it. It is so, like, I couldn't get her to stop moving so that I could turn around and just float into the cage. Like to get the silver fortune doll. Like it was so annoying. The camera kept messing up and making me not be able to like face straight forward the way I wanted to, and then like diving to get into the cage. Like this was so annoying. I can't explain to you. That's trying to control this. Just watching this, I know has to be frustrating. But imagine trying to do this. It took forever just to be able to do that. Then she didn't want to like surface, and oh, it was so annoying. I was like, can I please just surface and change back, please? I just need to change back. Then it wouldn't let me change back because she won't stop moving. I was just like, please let me just get out of the water. Like, it was so annoying, y'all. And that's why you see me just kind of floating here in the water and trying to change myself back. And then, of course, I can't change myself. I'm trying to change myself back into. I was just like, I'll just be yay for a minute. It's not that hard. I'll just be yay. It's so annoying. Oh, I love this game, but that controller, the controller I'm using is my original Nintendo 64 controller that I got in 1996, and it's a lot of drift going on, and it's super annoying. And it's not the controller necessarily; it's It's the adapter that I'm using that makes it be like that. They really want you to tightrope walk over here, and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a no. I am not doing that. I'm not walking over here. I don't care enough about this to do this. I don't even remember how I did it, but actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think you're supposed to grab onto it. I think you're supposed to get down on it and climb across. I just realized what I'm supposed to do there. I had forgotten about this, but I think I'm supposed to get on the tightrope, get over there, get on the tightrope, press the Z button to lay down, and then do it. So Mr. Arrow. Okay, Mr. Arrow says now the location of the boss will appear on the map. Okay, this is important. Actually, we need to be in that room. I don't know why I came back out of there, but we need to be in that room. We need to go in there. Trying to think, why did I come out of? I think I came back in here thinking I needed to be. I do need to go back, but I do need to go in that room. But I just realized I think I know what I'm supposed to do with the tightrope. I think. But I'm gonna come back into that room. I realized that I can't. I really need to go get the camera first, even though I already have it. Let me go get the camera first. Yeah, I like her. I like her bazooka, but damn it, it's hard to like shoot stuff. And shooting things on an angle in this gamers. And notice I went to go play the flute. I didn't mean to do that. So I don't need to do any of that. But I'm going back to the crane. That's why I'm going back here. I'm just gonna go across. Because I don't need to do anything else. I really don't need to do all this other stuff. I think I was trying to change characters here or something. I really don't need to do any of this though. Like, I could have just swam across and been done, but whatever. So now we're gonna go in here and we're gonna go back in here to the crane game. Ow. I keep getting shot, which is obnoxious. Later I actually do start taking actual damage, which is kind of obnoxious, but whatever. Um I do like this castle though. It's cool. I like this castle. It's pretty straightforward. A lot of backtracking and you gotta go to certain rooms. Alright, here we are at the crane game. Okay. And then they tell you. Step on the button to like move the crane and then like so you want to move it forward and then you want to move it to the side. But look how I perfectly did this. Perfect. That was perfect. Like I've never actually done this on the first try. It has always taken me multiple tries to get that right and get it where it works. Exactly. I did that perfectly. I mean, it was perfect. I've never done that right on the first try. So now you get the wind up camera for Ibisumaru, which by continuously holding down the B button and then letting go, a light will shine, allowing you to see items you would not normally see or hidden items. Even ghosts will appear. So what happens is now you can take pictures of the you can take pictures of the boss in here and those ghosts that were floating around. You can take pictures of them and they will I think I'm probably trying to change characters again. Probably to Ibisumaru, but it won't let me change. It keeps making me like want to like move around, and so I'm like, I really just want to change characters because I'm gonna need him in just a second. I promise you, I'm gonna need him in just a second. It's so annoying. It will not let me just stop moving. And it's because it's a problem with my controller. It's a drift thing with the adapter. Because when you use an actual controller, um, in the actual game, that does not happen at all. It never happens. I'm going to try this again for whatever reason. I'm going to try this again. Probably not going to make the jump. See, I didn't make it that time. So I was like, you know what? Guy, this is kind of. Never mind. Never mind. Still can't switch characters. I mean, I have obviously made that jump before because I've gotten all of the silver fortune dolls, all of the fortune dolls. So, I've 100%ed it. So, yeah, I know I know how to do it. It's just trying to do this right now because I'm doing something. All right, finally let me change characters. Um, but trying to, I really wish there was a different way to change characters instead of using the C buttons because that's how you change them. I really just wish they would just let you, like, I don't know, or maybe just let me change characters while I'm walking. Like that would be helpful. I don't understand why I can't change them while I'm walking, but whatever. Um, but I kind of need a Bisamaru to do what I need to do. Thank you. Whenever I go through a door, it seems I noted a couple of places where if I go through a door, I can do what I need to do. But I need a Bisamaru because I'm gonna have to use the wind up camera and only he can use it. So anyway, so for the different weapons, I did start on this before and I didn't finish my thought on it. Abyss Mario gets the golden hammer, the golden mallet that he has. He gets the wind up camera and he also gets he gets what's a meat hammer, and it's kind of cool in that it um you you can use it to the meat hammer has a specific percentage chance of generating health whenever you hit an enemy with it, and that's what you want it for, so that you can get you can replenish your health a little bit more easily. But yeah, I think you have to like lay down and like climb on that. I think that's how that works. So this is why you want to use a Bismaru, because he's the only one that uses the wind up camera. So that's what he's gonna do here. I keep getting hit, and thankfully I don't take damage from them, but we took out everybody, so now we can go in here. All right, so the water in this section you'll see is like a reddish miasma. Yeah, that water damages you, which you're gonna find out the hard way very quickly. Um, but like I say, using his stuff is that's why they gave you those health right there. Because if you miss this jump, you're gonna take some damage. Also, those spikes. But once you get you comfortable using the wind up camera, it's easy to do what you need to do with it. But it's gonna come in handy at the end of this castle. When we have to fight the boss, because the boss you can only see his weak spot if you take a picture of him with the camera. So I'm trying to like time this so I don't like get hit and then go into the water. But the water is damaging me because it's an environmental hazard. The spikes are not. Um, but yeah, it's very easy to mess that section up. I like that he's skipping through this castle where there's imminent danger and these little dudes are trying to kill us. Um, these little wind up toy dudes are trying to kill us. I like how he fell down here and tried to fight me. But yeah, this is so we're getting closer. Because once you get Mr. Arrow, pretty much they're telling you how that you're like halfway through the castle or whatever. I also like the design of the castle. I like the colors they used in it. I like how it looks. I like the different patterns and stuff. Um, I like in love with the graphics. I know it's like really terrible graphics, but I really like Mystical Ninja. The look of Mystical Ninja. Um, I really enjoy it. I always have. Um, yeah. I hate this room because of the spinning tops. But there's a section, so I was talking about earlier, there's a section in Festival Temple Castle that I absolutely cannot stand. Festival Temple Castle is obnoxious because there are a bunch of like spinning fish flags that you have to like fly on, that you fly around on, and then yeah, we're not gonna make that. That's why this is super annoying. I don't like this room. It's one of the few rooms I don't like in the game, but I don't like it. Um, because you have to jump across this chasm with these um spinning tops, and the only way you're going to get across there is if you do it on the tops. You're not getting across any other way. And if you fall in the water and do anything with it, we almost didn't make that jump. If you fall in the water is the pink miasma. So you're probably gonna take damage. And then you gotta swim back. So you're probably gonna die. Because you ain't gonna have enough health things in this to survive um being in the water for very long. That's why I cheat. I've also done this a million times, so yeah, I once I've beaten the game at least once, I will use cheat codes. The first when I was actually playing through this, I did not use cheat codes whatsoever. The very first time I played through this, and I mean actually like did my playthrough and like was doing my proper playthrough, I did not use cheat codes. Um, so which is what made that Festival Temple Castle so annoying. I got stuck on that section for like a couple of months, probably about 6 months. I got stuck on that section in the thing because it's a lot of platforming. You have to make it all the way up on these spinning fish, and my depth perception is off. Also, on top of that, the depth perception in this game is garbage. So it's very hard to see what you need to be doing. So yeah, my ability to judge and see it was off. So it took me. I just put it down for a couple of months because I was like, "There's no way. I'm never gonna figure this out. Like I'm not gonna make these jumps." And then one day I just made the jumps. That is what prevented me from playing through the game. I'm thinking about just giving myself a super jump code and being done with it. I don't like this room either because there's stuff going on in here that is super annoying too, such as these spinning wooden platforms. My depth perception is way off. So trying to see whether or not I'm going to make this jump is super annoying. See, I may or may not make that jump. And it's like, what? All right, thankfully there's health in here. They put that health there for a reason though. So I was trying to judge and figure out what do I need to do. Yeah, I just went on ahead and climbed in the water and swam across just to get to the silver fortune doll. Yeah. So my health. Oh, I should 3 more. Okay. Well, it would help if I'd had that other one. It would have helped if I had the gold one that was on the platform with the whatchamacallit. Yeah, I dislike this thing. Because now I gotta go over here first. And go in this room. We're almost done here, actually, which is really good. We got about 20 more minutes of gameplay, which is actually pretty good. I actually did very well in terms of time. I remembered a lot of stuff. Also, it didn't hurt that I was cheating, so it gave me it sped things up a lot faster. So I didn't have to go do some stuff. I didn't have to go do a mini game. I didn't have to do a couple mini games, but Beneke's foolishness I had to do, so you kind of can't get around doing that. Um, I mean, it's one half a dozen of the other, but um, we're back in this room, so now we got to go across and go to the locked door. Which okay, fine, sir. I don't really want to do this, but ship's passing in the night. That's what I think about when I see that little section. The ship's passing in the night. Oh, that's not. Yeah, that wasn't helpful. So we're gonna go back over here. Get up here and get this golden one that like restores almost all of your energy. And then we're gonna go across and go to this room. But as I realized, hey buddy, that's a gold door, I think. Actually, I think it's yeah, that's a gold door. So I can't go in that door just yet. I actually really need to be over there where I was. Ooh, he almost didn't make that jump. He almost did not make that jump. But we're gonna get back on these spinning tops. We're super annoying. Super annoying section. Oh, I fell in the water. This is a lot of trial and error and hurting myself. Because note that I am taking damage now. And he keeps falling in the water. That is, actively hurting us. It's so annoying. And then, of course, the platform is over there when I first get over there. See, all right. I don't like the spinning platform thing going on here, but whatever. Then I fell in the water again. Oh. I note that my health has quickly decreased. And that I actually could die from this. I think that's why I think the tight ropes are there. I think you could get on the tight ropes. I'm not sure. I don't think so though. Why we couldn't just make that jump the first time, I don't know. But again, depth perception. Also, these jump ropes like hurt you, which I don't get. I'm like, why are the jump ropes hurting me? That's dumb. But all right. Oh yeah, and I'm taking damage from that. Um, yeah, this room is kind of obnoxious too. This is why you need a Bisumaru so much in this castle. This castle is really for a Bisumaru. The first one was really for, the first one was really for Goemon. Like each castle is really kind of made for every character. So yeah, we're gonna go over there and get that extra man too. Will not be increased by past 9. Because I already got 9 extra men. And there's my gold key. Alright. So, yeah. Kind of don't want to go in the miasma water anymore. Miasma water kind of tearing us up. So, also the jump ropes. Ow. So I do need to go in one of these rooms in here. I keep getting hit by the jump ropes. And it keeps doing damage to me. And I kept going, why am I taking damage? This is super annoying. I don't remember what I need to do in here. I think coming in here was just to help me. Yeah, because it gave me the health. That's what it was. Okay. That was helpful. I think I came in and out of this room to help myself. There's nothing else in this room either. It was just a room to, like, give you health. and money. So I ran right back in there and did it again. Reset the room. So yeah, we're gonna come in here and get our health back because I need full health. I'm not like the boss is gonna damage me or anything, but falling in the miasma water is not a great idea. So it does damage me, regardless if I have on that coat or not. So because environmental hazards, enemies like regular enemies don't hurt me, and bosses don't hurt me. So that was helpful. That's what that code's for. Okay, so now I realized though that I was in here and I was like, oh, you know what? I need to go back in here because I am missing something that I need to get out of here. And I was like, wait, I've already gone in that room. So I should probably go down to the end of this hallway and see if I can't go back in the other room. I had to stop and look at the map for a minute. And as you can see, I have Sasuke, but I don't have his weapons and I don't have his I do have his magic, but I don't have him available. So yes, I'm looking at this room and I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. The boss is on the third floor, but I'm on the second floor right now. And there's a couple more things I need to do. So I kind of realized where I needed to go. Kind of. I think I realized, I was like, wait a minute, I need to go back in that room. Because I had to pull up the map again. And I'm like, no, actually, I haven't been in all of the rooms yet. So, yeah, it does help to like study the map. I was trying to swap characters, but and then I was like, actually, I'll stay with Abisumaru because I kind of need him. I think I realized I need to go in the other room. Um, yeah, I needed to go over to the gold. I need to go to the gold room, which I was just like, I'll just get in the water. It's not gonna take that much damage. I had forgotten I hadn't come in here yet. So this is helpful because we're at the end. This is actually the end of this castle. Because when you go in that room, that's kind of important. But I try to take care of all the enemies in the room first. Um, and then we go back and investigate and see what's going on. And then I realized, oh yeah, you got to go in that room first because you don't have the key. So yeah, we're gonna go in here. I actually do enjoy playing Odio Castle too. Oh, Edo Castle. Um, it's actually not terrible. It's actually fun. But like I say, each castle is devoted to a character. So the key to this room, and they literally give you the solution to this puzzle. The first time I came in here, I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. I like this. This is really cool." Okay, so the key to this is you see the ball that's like rolling around. Um, the one that you need to hit has an indicator over the top, and you're hitting everything in order. So you got to start with the first ball. That is the first one. This is a giant pool table, and you are the pool cue. So, um, here and the reason why I'm doing this, I'm trying to. The reason why, as usual, if you see why I'm just running around and doing absolutely nothing, is because I'm trying to change characters. So, and yes, I'm using the meat hammer. That's what that hammer is. That's why it looks like it's got a bone in it. Okay. So really, I wanted to be, um, I wanted to be, Goemon in this. That's why you see me constantly trying to move around and do, because I'm trying to change characters. And it won't let me change characters. It let me change to yay just then, but then it won't let me like change to where I really want to be. So it's like, bro, what are we doing? I just want to change characters. I just wanted to be Goemon to do this because then I could use the change pipe. I use the chain pipe, and the chain pipe could reach out and hit things without me having to be down in the thing chasing around balls. Like we've done this a number of times. Let's make this easier for ourselves. And I know that's how to make it easier. Note that I tried using her bazooka to do it, and I was like, this is not helping me. So, yeah, it's super annoying. So it would not let me change characters because she wouldn't stop moving. So I think I do eventually change characters here. But that's really the solution to this puzzle, is that you have to hit the balls in order and you hit them into the pockets, because it's a pool table. It's a giant pool table. Um, I don't even remember what happens if you hit the wrong ball. I haven't. I've done it correctly so many times at this point that I don't even remember. I just finally was like, you know what, I'll just do it. Because this was like taking so much time. I spent so much time like trying to change into a different character. And thank you. Finally, I got to change into him. Um, this is really, it's supposed to be an on-demand change. That's why this is so annoying. It's supposed to be an on-demand change, and it's not. I missed the 5 ball. All right, so that's number 5. Number 6 is the green one. Trying to do this really, 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 really fast. Because once I could get him to change, then I could just hit the ball. Like, it was much easier. He's much faster than everybody else to do this with. And of course, the ball would not come close to me. Like, really, bro? Thank you. All right, that gave me the key to this room. I received the diamond key. Oh no, it's a silver key. Then you go in this room, which I need to be a Bisamaru. Now you see why I was like, bro, I just really want to change characters real quick. This is so annoying. This room wasn't too terrible. Just gotta be careful of the spikes. But it wasn't too terrible. Um, it was actually fairly fast to come through here and do what I need to do. Try not to fall into the miasma water and hurt myself. Especially since we just gotten that dumpling that like restores all our health. Um, so we're almost to the boss, which is great. We got a little less than 10 minutes. So this is the diamond key. So the diamond key is going to unlock the room for the boss. So that's how I know we're almost at the end here. And I wish I'd taken a little bit longer to fight the boss, because I love the boss of this. I so love the boss of this castle. It is my favorite boss in this game. Um, and see, it resets once you come back. But you don't need to do it again. You're not going to get anything special for doing it again. I don't think. I don't recall you getting anything else. But that was the diamond key to get into to get to this room around the corner here. So I'm just kind of leisurely taking my time to get through here. No need to rush. We know we're at the boss, so like, I mean, I know I'm at the boss. I know how to beat the boss very easily. I know because I've done that boss battle a bunch of times, and I really kind of wished I had done a save state for it. And that's why you see me also turn into to put the key, get my camera on with the Bisamaru, because I already knew what was coming. Also love the music in this section too. Now the bosses, you find Darmanios, weak point with the camera. So this is why you needed the camera in the first place. So you're gonna need a Bisumaru. That's why I did that. You're gonna need a Bisumaru. So you might as well just do it. Just stick with him. I love this boss battle. I cannot stress enough how much I love this boss battle. He's so cute. He's super cute. Darmanio, the surrender robot. The music is awesome. So I can't hear it while I'm recording this right now, but the music, I know what the music is because I can hear it in my mind. It was one of the first tracks that I went and got. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a picture of him. It then takes a picture of his heart, and that is his weak spot. So then I try to change characters, but you could do it with a Bisumaru. It's fine. If it will let me change characters, I will. So what he does is he like jumps around and and he shows you his heart, so you have to like hit him. And then he's like shooting things. He actually reminds me a lot of Eggman from Dr. Robotnik from Sonic. But I love the theme of this battle. I love fighting him because he's not hard at all. Like, he's extremely easy, even without cheat codes on for damage. He's extremely easy. He locks onto you, but I mean, he gives you like a million chances to like whack him. It's not that hard. So, the next boss also uses a variation of this theme, and it's I don't like that boss. I like this boss battle better. But this is one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites. And so I wish this boss battle lasted a little bit longer, and I kind of wish I had done a save state for it so I could come back to it and play it every time. I didn't though. Maybe if I might get to the point and do it and set it up. But yeah, I love this. I mean, you just gotta whack him, and then he died. Oh, it was regrettably short for me. Then they have a little bit of talking. You get a miracle item from him. You don't know what the miracle items are just yet, but you get them. Oh, look. It's cologne. This is boohoo. He beat me up. I was only giving the kids a lesson in Peach Mountain dancing. I'm like, what the world? Why? It's my boy, the mystery man. Ha 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 ha. Cologne, your plan did not work, did it? He's like, who are you? Aha. I'm the leader of the Peach Mountain Shoguns. I already know who he is, but in the fresh spring breeze, sha-la-la, I come alive, la-la. These beautiful visions appear before my eyes, la-la. Yes, I am, I am the one they call Spring Breeze Dancing. I'm like, what in the world? Like, he says, what? An intro. It's like, what an intro. He's like, hey, you, what's your face? Dancing something or whatever. What do you have up your sleeves? And he's like, up my sleeves? You mean like my armpits? Of course, it's laugh track. We're not talking about that kind of sleeve. Pretty sharp, Antonio. You caught on to my joke. Antonio? Who's Antonio? It's like, who's Antonio? Sir Danson will choose a name for you himself if he feels it suits the person. You can't just... Yeah, no, guy, you can't do that. Cologne, we're done with this place. We've got to prepare for our next plan. Return at once. Yes, sir. Bye for now, Fernandez. We shall meet again. Wait a minute. Who's Fernandez? He was looking at you when he said it. Remember, I will not let you get in the way of our great stage plan. What's a gorilla steak plan? What in the world? That's not what I said. It's the great stage plan. Anyway, don't come to the Chugoku region, no matter what. Why are you telling me all the business? He's oh no, he's getting away by spinning himself again. He's like, again. But first, we must focus on getting to the Chugoku region. Yes, they asked me, do I want to save? Yeah, I want to save. So, and then it says they'll save in the adventure diary. So, we are nearing the end of our fun, friends. This has been fun. I love playing this game, and it is super fun. So, that's the end of our adventure. I really enjoy playing through that section, and I really enjoy playing Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon. It is one of my favorite adventure games. It is super fun. It's got a lot of humor. It's weird humor, but it's humor, and it's a very well done game. Despite a few little flaws here and there, and we've actually reviewed this in Gaming Insurrection some years ago. I might revisit it later on and do a retro replay for it. But I wanted to do it for systems because it's super fun. Yeah, you owe it to yourself. Go play this game. Find it, get it on emulator, find it on cartridge if you can. I mean, the game is 25 years old at this point. And some of the concepts are a little they're a little dated, but it is a very good and very fun adventure that has a lot of weird Japanese humor to it. And if you like Goemon, you can get into this very easily. Like I say, the Goemon's Great Adventure is the sequel to this, and there have been a lot more games released in Japan for like PS1. I think there's one for PS2. I don't know. I've not actually imported any of these games later because it's very text intensive, and so I can't read Japanese, so it's kind of hard for me to be able to import that and be able to follow what's going on unless somebody gave me they did a translated guide and was like, okay, this is what this section is saying. And so that's kind of hard for me. And that's why I haven't really played more in the series beyond the two games for 64 and the one on Super Nintendo. If it didn't get localized, which it did not in America, then I can't play it. Unless it's something that's not text intensive, like say a fighting game, I can import a fighting game and play that. So, yeah, I also highly recommend, if you're into Goemon and you like this game, there's a Goemon anime. It's Mystical Ninja Starring Goemon. And it's got a lot of the characters from the games. It also features a couple of new characters, but the villain is new, and it's like, I want to say it's like 25 episodes. I'm on like episode 5 or no, actually I might be on episode 6. I have to look and see. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this right now. I can look and see where I am in the anime, because I've been watching it for years. I will watch a couple of episodes, put it down. Watch a couple of episodes, put it down. So, yeah, it's I've been watching for a long time. I discovered it, and then it was like, oh hey, look at that. They have an anime for this. What? It didn't really surprise me, but so let me look and see here. Let me go to my list. So also, this is a plug and a shout out for myanimelist.net. I am on my anime list. I am on as Lights Dark Girl. It's all one word, literally Lights with an S, no apostrophe, Dark Girl. because I named myself after Light Yagami from Death Note. So I joined in 2012, I do believe. Um, and my husband is now also finally on. But if you are a longtime reader of Gaming Insurrection, we do our anime section, the Anime Lounge, and my husband does the Otaku Corner. And so we're huge anime fans, and we are always watching some anime in this house. And so we tend to cover it for Gaming Insurrection also. And so I use my anime list to track my anime and track what I've watched and what I haven't watched and what I plan to watch. So that's how I know on here that I have it on this list. So let's see. On my list, what have I gotten it to? Ganbare. It's called Ganbare Goemon. Ooh, I've only actually watched 3 episodes. It has 23 episodes, so I found it on my list. It has 23 episodes. It is. I've watched 3. The synopsis is the evil overlord Maku Amuge Muge is planning to take over both the game and real world, and it is up to the Ninja Goemon, his friends, girlfriend, and giant robot. That's Impact. We didn't cover Impact section in here, but you do have to do robot battles with Impact. And giant robot to defeat Makumuge's henchmen and save both worlds. And so they have the characters, all 4 characters, Goemon, Ibisumaru, Yae, and Sasuke in it, and his girlfriend Omitsu. And then I'm trying to see here. The theme song for it is Shonen no Hane for episodes 1 through 12. And then Your Mind by the Non-Keys 13 through 23. They don't have an ending theme listed. The alternative title is Legend of the Mystical Ninja. It is finished airing. It aired October 4th, 1997 to March 28th, 1998. So I would have been 16 when it started airing. 16. I would have been 16 for the time that it aired, and it premiered in fall of 1997. Producers were Konami. Licensors were ADV Films. I think ADV might be gone now. It's 24 minutes per episode, and it aired on Saturdays at 5. It's actually kind of funny. And I understood exactly what was going on. Like it was funny, and because I like Goemon, I was like, oh, this is really cute. So I was like, it's an anime about Goemon. I will watch it. So I will start covering it, possibly in Anime Lounge, eventually. I would like to do a deep dive on the game aside from systems. I would like to do a deep dive on the game as a feature one day. So we'll see. But because it's really good and it's in depth. So yes, I highly recommend that to watch it. Like I say, I'm gonna probably watch a little bit more, get more into it, try to finish it. My husband's watched a little bit of it too, and he liked it. He really did like it too. So I wanna thank you guys for watching. And I I'm very passionate about how I feel about Mystical Ninja. Super passionate about it. I enjoy playing it. I enjoy talking about it. I enjoy hipping new people to it and being like, hey, you know what? You should play Mystical Ninja. And they're like, what? Mystical Ninja? That's still around? I'm like, yeah, you should play it. But I do. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy playing this game. And I enjoy doing guides for it because I've done a couple of guides, and we've covered it before. Like I said, we've actually reviewed it. We've covered it in our Japan issue. Because we did a little thing for it. I can't remember if it was in the first issue or not. I think it was in the very first Japan issue that we did. And I think he's on the cover. We may have covered it. We actually may have started covering it in Anime Lounge. Actually, now that I think about it, we may have. Either way, so there will be more Mystical Ninja in our future. So I want to thank you for watching, and come back and watch more systems episodes with us later.